come, yo. Here they come. Here they come, yo. Here they come.
Ladies and gentlemen,
All right, everybody. We now have in the building Sophia Lightbourne, a.k.a. the Lioness, coming to us live, and we are here. One round of applause. Woo. What's up, Sophie? Can you hear us? Are we good?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you okay. Looks like a little bit of feedback, but let's try to make this work. Let's see how it goes.
Let me see if I can adjust my camera then.
All right, I'm going to turn you up on this end. All right, so what's happening, man? How you doing?
I'm amazing. Feeling blessed, man. I was here vibing out to the music just now, y'all.
Yeah. That's definitely what's up, man. We try to do this every week, and we've been trying to get different guests on to talk to people, things that's going on in our community that we could, share with everybody. So glad to have you once again. I want to give you a big shout out, another round of applause. And I guess tonight we're going to get into a little bit about digital currency, right?
Yes.
And I'm sure we got a lot of questions and a lot of people on the line that's got questions that want to talk. So let's get started, man. You go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Sophia. I go by the Lioness here on the internet, right? We got these personas now. We got the government, and then we got the internet alias, right? But I'm from Freeport, Bahamas, but I live in South Florida. So shouts out to the 242. I know we got some people
Village
probably
Massive.
representing on the call tonight. For sure. But I moved to the States, just like most people, kind of, chasing that American dream. We think the grass greener if you come to foreign, but it wasn't a dream at all. It was a nightmare, So, that's the reality. And, my background started in music, so that's why I was full of vibes. I was like, the big tune, right? I wasn't ready for y'all to bring me on yet. But, I started in music, and then I realized that I loved music, but I needed money to survive, right? So it caused me to kind of pivot and start to find ways to just be able to find myself financially. I started investing, getting into digital entrepreneurship, and it's kind of been a wrap since then.
So tell us a little bit about, you run a company. What is exactly that you're doing now? Okay,
so what I do is I help people learn more about money, more about financial literacy. I help people learn what to do with their money. And then I just help people grow overall, right? So I kind of have a sales force of people that I work with, business partners. And we're just really pushing the mission forward, which is to take, information that was reserved for Wall Street and bringing it to our streets.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
So if somebody's interested, where do they start? What's the first thing they should do?
It depends on what they're interested in, right? Interested in far as what? Investing in, we invest in all the financial markets. So, once someone is ready to get started, they want to start that journey, definitely it's all about starting that conversation so you can find out what's the best, financial vehicle for you.
Okay. What's the different types of vehicles out there? Let's break some of that down for the people out there that don't really know much about digital currency at all.
No, for sure. Digital, okay, think about it. Think about the fact that we're on this Zoom, right, doing a podcast across the internet, sitting in two different houses. The world has gone digital, right? We spent the whole last year inside because of technology. So, just the different investment vehicles that we really have at our advantage. I was mentioning with digital currencies, the fact that the world is evolving into digital. Think about it. Back in the day, we used to buy movies and CDs, DVDs, right? When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you bought a DVD?
Long time. I've been a pirate. I strictly download illegal stuff. Come get me.
It's all digital downloads. It's all digital, right? So when you think about it, movies and music has gone digital. The same thing's happening right now with money. Like, think about how many times you could leave your house and don't have cash in your pocket. You got your debit card, you got Apple Pay, Google Pay, something on your phone. You still have money. Currency is moving digital. We don't have to physically touch it no more. It's becoming numbers in a computer, right? So what you got to do is, because this evolution is happening, you got to position yourself to understand what's happening, so you don't wonder what happened. You know?
That's true.
I tell people all the time, man, like, we're witnessing right now the largest transfer of wealth in history. And we, for the first time, can participate. We don't have to just read about it, right? We can actually get involved. And, you know, basically with what's happening in the world, with the evolution, I say you can't make new money with old ways of thinking. You got to adjust and adapt. And you got to learn about this stuff so that you can be profitable.
Okay. Do you have a preference, like, as far as Bitcoin, Forex, day trading? And what's the easiest thing for somebody to get into, like, with minimum costs?
So the good thing about it is, you know, the education part of it.
Camera up a little bit too.
Can you raise it just a little bit?
That'll work.
Hold on, let me see. I gotta watch
the headline. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, cool. So I like it all, right? Because it's all different, like, streams of income. It's all different bags. It's like you got opportunities to take what you want. So I'm a dip in all. But digital currency, cryptocurrency is really the wave right now, because we have the opportunity to get in with minimal capital. You know, before, when you think about investing, you thought about having tens of grands. You know, you felt like you needed money. Investing was for rich people. When you're already rich, then you invest, right? But it works in reverse, because if you never invest, you'll never get rich. So basically, you know, most people think they need a whole lot of capital to invest, but you can really start investing in the markets with $50, $100. But the challenge is, you don't want to lose your money in the markets. You want to get educated on what you're doing. You know, you don't want to just go and throw your money, you gamble it. You want to learn. So digital currencies, foreign exchange, we have something called high frequency Forex. That's literally money in minutes. That's what people are loving right now. You're working a full-time job, you got a family. You want to be able to make some money really quickly, 60 seconds, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. And it's just where you get access to learning how to do this stuff.
Wow. Okay, so would you say, you got any questions, Rondo?
All right, go ahead, finish your question.
Well, for someone, is this a viable main source of, can this be your only job?
It can be. Investing can definitely be your only income, but just like anything else, you got to work until it replaces your full time. Kind of like people who have hobbies, right? Even like, you know, people who do music, you can't go full time in music until it's replacing your full time income. So the same thing with investing. You don't want to quit your job and you don't really know how to invest. You want to build and compound to a point where you're able to maintain it full time. But definitely, man, the question is, though, are people willing to put in the time and the effort to learn a skill like your freedom forever? Most people won't.
People are stuck in their ways.
Yeah, I have a question. A lot of people weren't really up on the stock market and all this stuff and investing and all that till as of late with the whole thing with GameStop. Now everybody wants their hands in there. Let me ask you this. Is it a good thing that more people are interested in investing now, or is it like going to be oversaturated where, you know, like inflation or something like that?
Nah, man. I believe personally, and this is just my personal opinion, that there's unlimited supply of money. There's no shortage. That's a paradigm. That's what we've been taught, to think that it's scarcity. There's none. There's so much out here that all of us can learn this and everyone free themselves and get wealthy. The world won't run out of money, right? It's out here for us to get. And when you think about it, think about this. This is what blew my mind. And I said, I got to learn this. When I found out that 95%, right? 5% of the world's wealth is controlled by 5% of people. How is that possible? For almost everything to be controlled by a small demographic of people, is just because they know how to do this. Most of us are just working for money. They're making their money work for them.
That's what they say.
Facts.
So how long would you take, how much would you say it takes for someone to learn this skill where they can make this a living?
So right now, mean, it all depends on how much effort they're willing to put in, right? How much time they can put in. Now, most people have to work their job. So this doesn't have to be something that becomes a job. This is something that you see as a vehicle. Here's what I tell people. You need to use your job or think of your job as your primary investor. What does that mean? Your job gives you a paycheck every week, right? So you use the capital from the job now to learn the skill set to put your money to work for you. Does that make sense? So a lot of times what we do is we work for money forever, right? But we won't take the time because we say we're tired to actually learn a skill that could take you off the job, right? So what's required? I would say less than $200 a month, $6 a day. You can learn this skill set. Do you think that's a lot to learn when you hear about GameStop on the news, not being able to say, hey, I know what they're talking about and be able to make a smart, informed decision? Would you say $6 a day is worth that?
Yeah, way more than that.
Because we spend more than that on food.
Correct.
And that's out our system the same day. So I tell people, man, you got to switch your paradigm and your thinking, because think of the word spend, right? We would spend $100, $200 on stuff that have no value. Let's be honest. And when you look at the word spend, what does the last three letters of the word spend say?
E-N-D. N, right?
N. When you spend, that money ends. It's gone forever. Out your pocket into someone else's. It's gone. What you got to do is stop spending and start investing. Investing means you're still going to give up that $200, but you're expecting a return on it forever, right? It just makes sense. Yeah. So we got to just shift our thinking. We got the money. We're just doing different things with it. You know, I told someone I was talking to, you know, people would prefer to have, you know, $3,000 worth of designer in their closet instead of $3,000 in the bank. True or true?
True.
People like to see they money, you know.
They want to see it.
Even if it's in frivolous things, they would like to see, and they'll believe that means something to them.
No, for sure.
Can you tell us a little bit like how Forex, how it works? Like if you're watching the market, what are you looking, like ups, downs? I know I got like a summary. You want to buy low, sell high. That's the ultimate concept, right? But there's way more to it than that.
Yeah, definitely. So basically the easiest or the simplest way to break down Forex, right? And just want to put out this misconception that I hear every day. So since we're here, we got the platform. People ask all the time, is Forex a scam? So let me answer that. Let me ask you a question. Would you agree that there's different countries in the world? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now, would you agree that different countries use different money?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So all foreign exchanges, guys, is because every single country in the world has their own form of currency. When you exchange one for the other, that's foreign exchange. Make sense? So when you're exchanging the US dollar for the Mexican peso, you're participating in foreign exchange. So everyone participates, right? It's just that only banks and investment firms are making money because they're the only ones in the market. We're just the consumer. Make sense? So now what happens in foreign exchange is, instead of what makes it different from stocks, with stocks, you're investing in like companies like Apple and Tesla and Amazon, right? If you invest in stocks and you put money in, you need that company to appreciate in value for you to make money. Make sense? If Apple performs poorly, you lose money. True or true?
Correct.
So that's what stocks is. With foreign exchange, though, you're actually investing in different countries' economies, right? Way bigger market. Another thing that's happening in foreign exchange is that you're just speculating on the direction of the market, right? You just want to know if the market's going up or down. So that's what those charts mean. That look like the EKG from the hospital.
Yeah.
Right? That's what those charts mean. It's the difference in the movement in price. And as price moves, we're able to make money if we speculate on the right direction.
Are there any programs or anything for someone who's interested in getting into this investing thing?
Definitely. There's tons, man. It's so cool to see how the world has really started getting interested in investing. Everyone wants to learn how to buy Bitcoin. Everyone wants to learn how to get into GameStop or AMC, right? Like, it's become cool now to invest, which is a good thing. So there's a ton of different programs. I'm actually a part of a platform, an education platform that kind of takes you from a real basic beginner and holds your hands and walk you step by step to the point where you're a pro and you get to do it, at your own pace. Everything's virtual. So that's called I Am Academy. That's what I'm a part of. That's what kind of taught me everything I know. But it also gave me access to a network of people, man, who are experts at this stuff, who made millions of dollars, and you get to learn direct from them. But there's so many other courses out there.
So how you feel about, Robinhood, Stash, Acorns, and all those types of apps?
I mean, it's good for a beginner. It's better than not doing anything, right? I think that everyone should be investing. So if the simplicity of those apps at the very surface level gets someone to at least put their money into something, great. But it goes so much deeper where you can make so much more profits. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they're the middleman. So you're missing out on most of the profits going through them. If you just learn a little bit more, you can cut them out completely and be able to profit in the market every single day.
So what's the next step after Robinhood and all those other ones?
So those things really help you to buy, stocks. Cash App, people are really using Cash App now because Cash App even lets you buy stock on there. That's actually the easiest way. Here's some free game.
Someone's starting on Cash App.
That's the easiest way to buy Bitcoin. Just buy it on your Cash App, And I would encourage everyone who can hear the sound of my voice tonight, go buy some Bitcoin. Even if it's $50 worth, $20, go get something. Don't have nothing, right? Go ahead and invest in it, man. That stuff's predicted to go to the moon.
Is that specifically Bitcoin, or are you talking about all cryptocurrency across the board?
Well, all cryptocurrency is good to buy right now, but specific ones, you got to still do your research. But you want to start building your crypto portfolio now while it's inexpensive. Some of these coins are 50 cents. Yeah. Some are $1. How could you not get none? Mm-hmm. But I would tell everyone too, buy a piece of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is just starting to move in shape. I got into Bitcoin when it was 10,000 a coin. Now it's, 58,000 a coin, and I'm still waiting for it now to retrace back to the low 40s so I could get in and buy more, because it's about to go to 200,000.
Whoa, shoot, I need to get in.
Hey, guess something. It don't hurt. My sister, right? When I first found out a bit about Bitcoin, I didn't really know much, but I had a gut feeling. Like, I was like, this thing makes sense. And I called her, my sister, right? I called Muna and I said, Muna, buy this thing called Bitcoin. She said, what that is? I said, just trust me. She said, I can do $150. She could have done more, but that's her way of saying, I'm gonna, take your advice.
She support the
thing. So she buy 150. She invests 150 in Bitcoin. I just tell her how to do it. And then what happened is, this was like 2017. Last year, Bitcoin had really dropped down to the low, like 3,000 a coin. So her 150 was now like $28. So, because the value had dropped. And she said, what's happening? I said, don't trip. The worst that happens is it goes to zero and you lose 150, but do not sell it. It's going to go back up. Now, last week she hit me. She said, Sophie, my Bitcoin is $700. I wish I could give you $1,500. Right? Because that 150 went to 700. That's standstill money. Yeah. Just she had access to know to buy it. It's just information, man. So really what you're paying for it when you're learning is access to the info. It's almost like the cheat code.
Yeah.
Wow.
Someone literally telling you what to do so that you could make decisions with your money and be able to profit.
So for someone out there that's interested and want to start, is it best to join some type of academy, or just play around with Robinhood until you get comfortable and you feel better and you want to really take a dive in after that?
Let me tell you, just based on how I feel about money, I don't play games with my money. So I'm not trying I'm not trying to try it. I'd rather just learn one time and know what I'm doing. You ain't got no money to throw away, so you might as well use that money that you're probably going to lose in the market not knowing what you're doing to learn. And get actual education from experts. Listen, this is a whole new world. Think about it. No one taught us the language of money. When you went to school, what class you had on Money 101? That don't exist.
Zero.
It doesn't exist. So that's why most people have an F in money, because we never had a subject on it. We don't learn anything about it. So we got to get ourselves in a position to just get educated on how money works. And once we do that, we're going to be like, I can't believe I've been bamboozled my whole life. Like, I cannot believe they had me out here in these streets working hard when we could have known this and worked smart from we were 17, 18 years old.
Do you think this is purposely designed that way? to keep us ignorant on how to work money and stuff like that?
Of course. How do you think? That's the elite. How is it possible for only 5% to control all the money? They want it to stay that way. So, and what do they say? Everything you need to know is in a book, but we don't read, right? We don't read, but the information that we need is there. And man, since I started really dabbling down the like financial education, rabbit hole, it's so much stuff we don't know. So when you realize how much we don't know, you know how much you can do and how much further you can get. So it just kind of starts that process of living to your full potential.
All right, I got a question that's coming in on Mixcloud, so I'm gonna shoot this one out. What's the difference between YouTube and the Academy?
Okay, so here's the difference. YouTube, anyone can post anything on YouTube. I can post a video right now and say, #1 expert on digital currency. And that's the title of my video. That don't mean anything about me. The Academy is vetted by a board of professionals who are now making sure that these people are vetted. They got receipts. They can show that they're profitable, 6, 7, 8 figures. So YouTube is great, but I ask people all the time, would you let a doctor or surgeon from YouTube perform surgery on your mom?
No.
You're going to someone who's been to school, right? Who get educated by some professionals. So would you put your money in the hands of someone who just posts videos on YouTube, or if you put your money behind someone who's been vetted by a system?
So if they want to join the Academy, what do they need to do? Get in touch with you? Is there online? Is there a website?
Yeah, well, the best thing for them will be, if they want to work directly with me and my squad, definitely get in contact with you guys or get in contact directly with me. I can show them exactly how everything works, everything that's offered in the Academy. And then we can make a decision to see if it's a fit for them or not. Because it's not for everybody. I'll be honest. It ain't for everybody. Some people just do not, it's not for them. But there's some people out there who are looking for a way to, grow and multiply their money without getting a second job. Because I believe 2 jobs for 2 people. You know what I mean? Like, you got to figure out how to bring in that extra income, and this is a great way to do it. You can do it from home on your own pace. So definitely connect with me. Instagram. I don't know if there's a way for you to post my stuff. Oh, it's on the overlay. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I just looked over here. I'm like, okay.
All right. So I know this is your thing, what you do, but where do you rank this, like, with among other types of income? Like, as far as put this up against real estate, would you see this better than real estate? Better than trying to invest in real estate?
What's that said again?
I said, would you say this is better than trying to go invest in real estate?
I think it's more possible for the average person because most people don't have 1,000 in the bank, so they definitely ain't got 50 G's to go buy no real estate. So this is something that instead of you having to wait and try to save up for 5 years to get to that, use the money you have now to accelerate that so you get to the 50 bands quicker to invest in real estate. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I'm using this as the platform to generate capital. You're able to multiply your money literally, legally, right? And that allows you to get what you need to do other things. So I think everyone has some type of goal, something they're trying to pursue that requires capital. This is a great way to build capital quicker than if you were to try and get interest at a bank.
So being that you're kind of knowledgeable about moves you're going to make with your money, some of these things aren't looked as a risk in your eyes for you. And when you're investing your money, it's not a risk to you, right? Since pretty knowledgeable about the stuff.
It's always a risk because we can't predict the market. The only thing we can do is see what it's done in the past, and history typically repeats itself, but sometimes it don't. Right? So there are no guarantees, but you can make informed analysis based on, patterns in the past. But it's always a risk. You're not going to win every trade. It's impossible. Warren Buffett, he's one of the best investors and he loses sometimes. The whole goal just is to win more than you lose.
Yeah.
And use proper risk management. Once you do that, you're good. I tell people all the time, if there's a difference between gambling and investing. Gambling means that you're just throwing it in and hoping it sticks, right? Investing, you're making strategic moves, based on analysis. And that's where you got to build and develop the skills so you can be profitable.
And you think anybody can do this, or is there a certain type of person that this is built for?
Here's what we've done. Because we know everyone can do it if they want to do it. But we've made it so simple now that we have a system where people who are coming in who don't feel like they can do it, they can just copy and paste. So it's basically, we have educators, right? The people I've said made 6, 7, 8 figures. They're actually trading and doing analysis on a daily basis. And they actually tell you what they're about to invest in on that right in that moment. And you're able to take the same trade. You just put the numbers in your phone with your money. And you're able to be profitable. And we're 87% accurate. So a lot of people, that's where they start. They start just kind of following the leader. Simon says, right? Like Simon says, and you get to make money. But what happens is when you start to only be able to make money based on when they tell you, you start to want to learn the skill for yourself. So now you're independent. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It starts off cool at first, copying and pasting, but you want to start there, but you don't want to stay.
And I've heard, I got a friend that does day trade, and do you pay yourself every week, or is this something you just let sit and you don't bother? This is something you leave alone?
No, it depends on you. Like if you're like me, when I trade, when I reach a certain, when I grow the account to a certain amount, I'm taking something from me. You got to withdraw it. You got to make sure it's real, right? Don't withdraw it all. Don't withdraw it all, but you got to take something real. You work for it. And that's something that we got to get into the habit of. We always say with money, right? What to do with your money. The first thing you're supposed to do with your money, outside of like tithing and giving to God, if you believe in that, is, you're supposed to pay yourself. Mm-hmm. Most people work their job, get their check, they pay everything except themselves. And then you like, I just can do it out. No, you're supposed to be the one thing that gets paid, you. If the cable can't pay, but you should have got you. Make sense? So with this skill, it's the same thing. You're making money on a daily or weekly, and whenever you decide you're going to pay yourself, withdraw something. But for the long term, keep growing the money, because it makes more money sitting in a trading account than in a bank account.
How many hours a day you would say you would put into this thing?
So while I was learning, I was a student, because I'm just a bookworm anyway. So when I was learning, I was studying. Right. But now I've got to the point where I've know how to use the products itself. So even if I'm not actually physically looking at charts, I know how to use the products. They send text messages. I look to see if I'm going to take that trade, and I'm able to enter the trade. But I spend about an hour and a half max trading. The rest of you don't want the trading to become a job. You don't want to be sitting in front of your screen for 8 hours. You might as well be to work. You want to be able to get into a trade, take a trade an hour, be able to secure your bag and go enjoy your day or do what else you have to do. So, an hour a day, 2 hours a day is sufficient to be able to get on a session and be able to secure your profits. I tell people, you're not trying to get rich quick, but you're trying to get rich for sure. A job is a stay broke slow.
Mm-hmm. I like that one.
I say you might as well, try get rich. I ain't saying to be quick, but you will get there for sure. So to me, it's just a better way.
I see we got another question coming through. Said, why do you believe the Academy is the best platform out there?
I believe it is. I believe that people can learn anywhere. It's just been the best platform for me. And I can't refer someone to something I haven't experienced. So I already know what this has done for me. It's completely changed my outlook on money. But it's also changed my outlook on what I could have in my life. Like, it's stretched me out of my comfort zone. It makes me realize that there's so much more for me to learn. And I got to keep growing and keep evolving. So I think I've fallen in love with the process that the Academy gives. It's not just about money. It's about you growing overall as a person. And that's what people want to see. They want to see growth in someone, to see that you can really help them. So that's what it's done for me. It's just made me be able to bring other people. It's allowed me to make not only a great income, but to make an impact as well.
Okay.
What I like about how this sounds is that it doesn't lend the opportunity for people to be stingy with their knowledge, because it seems like what I know, you're going to know, we're all going to profit off of this. You know, like in some areas, some people are just stingy, like, yo, I'm keeping this for myself and I'll just give you this. This is all you're going to learn. And, you know, I want to make the majority of the money and y'all get the pennies. But this sounds like a little bit more like a family thing. Like, if I'm going to win, you're going to win as well. You know, and I like that.
That's exactly what it is. And it's so funny you picked that up off just this short time, because, like, my teammates, we don't call each other teammates. We call each other family, you know? And it's funny that you picked that up, because that's the culture that we've built. Like, and I'm just really blessed to be able to share this information and put people onto this, because it's fulfilling. Like, think about this. Think about being able to get access to something that you know gonna make you rich. Like, there's no doubt. You know, if you do what you're supposed to do, it's gonna change your life. And you have the opportunity to tell it to everyone you care about so they can change their life too. Like, think about that. Like, think about that. Like, how could you be selfish with the information?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You know, everyone have someone they want to put on, and then that person will put someone on. Now you start a whole movement of people who are financially educated and get into the bag.
Yep. That's what
Powerful,
we need right now.
unstoppable.
Wow.
Nah, for sure.
Do you ever get to the point where you want to take a break or step back? Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure people are coming to you like crazy to get on and, like, to help them, like mentorship. I'm pretty sure you got a long list of people just want to get on the team.
It's just been an incredible experience, man. Like, from going from a place where no one was listening to what I had to say at all, at all, to now, you know, being able to be consistent. And this is what I love about technology. People got to watch the whole process. They got to watch, like, when I first started to now over 5 years being able to evolve. They're like, I see the change. I watched this happen. I think
I seen it. I've been following.
For real. So it's like you see that it's, man, like, it's powerful to be able to impact people, man, and help them just be their best version of themselves. And that's all I'm about. So I love it. I love it. I don't never want to take a break. I love talking to people. I love seeing how I can help. Because the goal is the goal is 1 million customers in the next 12 months. Help 1 million people learn this information. Watch what'll happen.
Where are you now as far as that goal?
Well, right now I'm 14 months in, and we are already well over 500 customers, right? So guess what happens with this? With momentum, it's going to grow exponentially. So by the time we talk again, you say something, last time you was there was 500. I'd be like, it's 50,000 now. You're like, what? Right? No, but so that's the goal, man. The goal is just to share the information. Because like I say, we operate from a place of abundance. There's no scarcity. I live my life like this. No one has to lose for me to win. Mm-hmm. And once I know that, I keep trying to win, because a lot of times we stop trying to go to the next level because we feel like no one has to lose for you to win. Everyone can win. We should just do it together.
Okay, I see we got a couple more questions coming through.
Got you.
Man, got some numbers tonight. All right, I'm gonna hit this one up. We got, do you encourage youth to invest, and where do we start with our youth? No,
definitely. I wish I had known this when I was 16, 17 years old. I would be rich, right? I might have invented Snapchat if that was the case. But no, you definitely want to start, as soon as you can, with the little you have. Like, you just got to start developing habits. If you start right now saying, hey, I'm going to pay myself first, and then this next 10% I'm going to invest, even if that investment is $10, the habit, right? Guess what? So as your money grows, that investment is going to start to grow too, but you've already formed the habit. Definitely do it. If you want to learn with the academy, link up with me. We have a couple high school kids in the group. Parents enroll them so they can learn the skill. Them kids going to be unemployable by the time they graduate.
That's what it is. I'm trying to get my daughter to get in the mindset of doing that. She had Acorns and then she killed it, and I'm like, yo, what'd you get rid of the app for? But Sometimes you got to keep working with them. I got another question I'm going to hit you with. It says, is there a certain way I should set up my accounts, etc., for tax purposes?
So, I mean, basically the way it works for taxes here in the States with investment, where you can put your money in the markets. When it starts to count is when you start to take it out, when you withdraw, right? So, like I have, mentors, educators that I see with their broker account has 18 million in it. Then that's money that they have access to, but they don't withdraw it because if they withdraw it, it becomes taxable.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So what you do is you withdraw it as you need it. Just that it's like another bank account, but the second you withdraw it from your investment account to like your Chase or your Wells Fargo, that's now taxable income. So you'll have to pay, 15% tax. And here's something to note, y'all. Here's another reason why you got to invest, especially if you're in America. As an employee working a W-2, you get taxed, 28 to 33% on your income. 28 to 33% as an employee, right? Business owners, if you were a business owner, they get taxed 18 to 20%, right? But investment income, like capital gains, trading money, only gets taxed 12 to 15. So the fact that you make your money with money, you pay less taxes. So you got to try to make the majority of your money without working for it. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes a lot of sense.
Makes a ton of sense.
Yes.
So like, to me, if you got to have a job, I always say, if you got to work a job to make ends meet, be grateful for your job. Just don't be satisfied with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, be grateful because now I told you when I was working my job and I was hating it, and I was like, I got to get off this job. I had to switch my mindset, my thinking. I started to look at my job as an investor. I was like, okay, I go here and every Friday I can get this. So it's like, this giving me money. So I got to figure out how to pay my bills, but the extra, I'm going to put into something to invest. Because as that money grows, I pay less. It's not taxable. So I'm paying lesser taxes at my job. Y'all feel like you got to figure out how to actually work the system, man. The system was designed by business owners and investors so they could pay less taxes. So you got to become one of them. Become a business owner or an investor. Take advantage of this stuff, y'all.
So you're saying like if you're working, you get a paycheck, you have some of that money going directly into an investment account?
Right. Or your money's going to be, here's what I'm saying. So here's you take your money from your job, right? It gets paid to you, so they already take their tax cut from they paid you, right? So the Social Security, Medicaid, all that stuff is already out your check. But when you get your money, instead of going put it in Chase or Wells Fargo or Citibank, put it in a trading account. Okay, now that just went from taxable income to investment income because you just put it in the market. So now as long as it stays in the market, it's not, you have access, but it's Uncle Sam can't touch it. Why you think when people make investment money, they go buy a house, another investment, because they defer the taxes? If you take investment money and invest it in something else, you don't pay tax. The second you take it to spend it is when you pay taxes. You see what I'm saying?
New.
When you keep the money just moving, you winning. It's when you try to take it as I'm the end, I want to go in the store, you're going to pay me for that.
Yeah, that's a jewel right there.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one now.
Good to know.
For real. So just like I tell people, yes, you got to pay taxes. We don't tax, we tax. Here's the difference. You don't want to evade taxes. That's illegal. What you want to do is lower taxes. And there's so many ways to do it, but it's information, right? It's information. Did you know, and then I'm going to go. Did you know that if you have a business, even if it's a home-based business, right? You can now, because you have a business, on your W-2 at your job, you could adjust your W-4 now that you're a business owner. And instead of your job taking taxes out, they don't, because you need that because you're a business owner, you get the tax break. And you get to write it off. And you go back.
Wait.
I did not
Run
know
that back again. Run. Wheel that up again.
No, you can adjust your W-4, right? So here. Okay, so and this is tax time. Now, I'm not a tax accountant, but I'm going to tell you all some game that I know, right? It's You know when you get hired at your job, you got to fill out the W-4.
Correct.
Right? Which makes you say how much dependents you have, all that stuff. And you put the number at the bottom. Now, there's a page 2 to the W-4 that your job never gives you when they give you the W-4. Here's why. Page 2 is if you are working the job, but you're also a business owner. So if you're a business owner, you get a part 2, which allows you, right, to get more deductions so they take less out your check. When I was working, they was taking basically nothing out of my check for taxes because I was a business owner. I would get the money up front. Then, now that I'm a business owner, light bill, portion of my phone bill, internet bill, my portion of my rent, all that stuff is tax deductible because I got a home-based business, right? So now I'm writing off all the extra money I'm getting, and whatever's left off, I'm putting it in investments. It just keeps moving.
So you can go right to your job and say, hey, I need that other part of that W-4.
Yeah, or just go online, print it out, and then take the corrected one. Because here's the thing. The W-4 that's at the back, the only thing you are actually supposed to submit is the top that has the number. It says cut on the dotted line. That other stuff is for your records. But what's going to happen is when you work out the worksheet, your number going to go from like 3 or 2 to like 12. The higher the number, the less they take out of your check. The lower the number, that's why when y'all on y'all jobs putting 0 on them forms, they are taxing you the hardest.
Yeah.
Hit that,
And when people tell you get a bigger return at the end of the year, is that the truth?
That's the truth. But now let's put it into perspective. So all that's happening so if you put 0 or a low number on that W-4, that means the job's going to take maximum from you when they pay it, right? So when you get your money back tax time, it's a refund. It's your money that they just held all year. Mm-hmm. And now they're giving it back to you in a lump sum at the end of the year. But it doesn't make sense because the money they held on to cause you be behind in bills. So as soon as you get the tax check, you got to pay back the bills. You don't feel it. So what you do instead of getting a refund is get your money up front. Don't let Uncle Sam put you in the bind if you're going to be in the bind being it yourself. But now you're going to get, if you're supposed to get $2,500 this week, instead of you getting 21 because they holding 4, you just get the whole 25 and you make your money work. And then tax time, you won't get a refund because you had the money all year. Mm-hmm. I can make my money go further. Money
wisely.
Right. I can make my money go further having it right now than to get it tax time when as soon as I get it, I got to go pay off all these back bills.
Yeah, so, correct.
And you're like, next tax time, I'm not going to be paying.
Yeah, that's a big one right there.
So, wow, that's some good information right there. Some good information.
For sure. Yeah. But I'm glad I was able to add some value, man. And what's going to be funny, and when we come back and do this again, go change your W-4, guys. Right? Change the number on it. And I bet you if you put a number over 10, your HR person is going to call you and say, this number is too high. And you're going to say, why? They said, because it's never this high. And you're like, listen, I have part 2. And she's not even going to know what you're talking about. Most HR people at jobs aren't even trained on if an employee is a business owner because they never are. But if you can be, now you put yourself in the same category as the person who owned the corner store on your block. Because now you have the same rights as a business owner.
Does that ever get into a bind where you end up having to pay more taxes at the end of the year?
Well, so here's the key with taxes. You're supposed to be keeping records, right? Mm. So once you're keeping records, and you should be now that you're operating as a business owner, you see how as this growth happens, the habits change. Because now that you know that you're getting advantage of this tax break, you need to keep records. You can't be lazy and say, I ain't doing it. So if you're not going to do it, you can't get it. Right? Mm-hmm. So basically you can write off all your expenses. And then what happens is you now, the only way you'll be, if your business takes off and you start making buku bucks with your business, you're going to have to pay taxes anyway because you owe Uncle Sam on your business income. But most people who are working a home-based business and then working their job, it kind of balances out. So it says you're operating your business at a loss. You're not making no money.
Mm-hmm. That's me every year.
Exactly. So that's why you got to shoot profit and loss. But man, you got to get an expert on for the tax stuff. But that W-4 adjustment, that'll put $300 to $500 in most people's checks every 2 weeks. Just changing that number on that form. And it's legal to do if you have a business. Don't have to be home-based. If you have a business. You don't have to have an LLC to have a business. Like with our academy, you link up with me. I'm sure you how to have a business within this. So I can get you all access to all that stuff. Right? So But make sure you got a business. You can't just go to work and change it and you ain't got no business. You gotta have something.
That's what's up.
For sure.
Wow, it's just very informative today. Again, yeah, we value your information for real. Very.
Yeah, it's been real. For real.
Sure.
I'm trying to think if I have any more questions. Let me check on the net to see if we have any. Fortunately, I couldn't get my Instagram live set up today.
Oh, I had people swipe up on my story to come on for my Instagram.
So, does it look like we got anything you can
Yeah, it
think
looks like we got more.
anything else you want to break down for us before we wrap this up?
No, man, whoever is on there, it was a pleasure doing this. But the whole goal is, man, listen, if you ain't happy where you at, you got to do something to change it. Like, you can't pray about it, you can't talk about it, you can't complain about it. None of that's going to change it. The only thing that changes this is you changing it.
Yep.
And that's my thing. I say if you in an uncomfortable position when it comes to your money or whatever it is, and the pain gets tough enough, you'll get up and do something. And if you don't, it ain't hurting that bad.
I see we got one more question came in. What type of equipment do you use?
I think they're talking to you. I don't know the phone. My tool of choice is an iPhone.
Okay. They broke it down.
That's what you need.
Such as a camera, computer, etc. I guess you answered that. You said the phone.
I think they're meaning you because I don't have no camera. They asked them what kind of computer. Me? I got a phone. I got a little ring light, and I got one in the back there.
Maybe they want to know what kind of apps. Maybe I think that's the real question. They want to know what apps you dabble with.
Yeah, on my phone, there's an app called MetaTrader 4, MT4. Everyone can go download it right now. It's free. You can access it. You can hook up an account. You can start trading. Would I recommend you do that? No, because if you put your money there and don't know how to use the app, you're going to lose your money.
Is it a minimum amount you have to start with at that app?
50. It depends on you have to get a broker account, and most brokers, $50 is the minimum deposit. But I've seen this week I took $100 account to $400. Like in 4 days. So I put $100 on the account Friday, didn't trade until the markets open on Monday, and by Thursday I was over $400 in the account, and I wasn't even trading. It was like 2 trades. So you can't do that in the bank. You cannot put $100 in the bank and check it a few days later and have more money there.
I need to be on that level right there, for real.
If you could put yourself in a position to just make $50 to $100 a day extra from your phone, pressing some buttons, you know how that could free up bills? That's like extra $3,000.
That free up a lot. They're asking what broker.
Hit me up in my DM. Hit me the DM because you sound like you know about trading because you know about broker and all that. So slide in the DM. I am the Lioness on the gram, and we can have a conversation.
Yes, definitely.
That's what's up, man.
Nah, but I appreciate y'all for having me on, man. I hope before y'all come off, y'all can play 2 more tunes.
No.
Oh yeah, we're gonna
lick it off right now.
Yeah, even after you come off, we still playing. We still playing.
Okay, that's what I can listen and then vibe. While you was playing the music, I had to go get my cup and get a little,
Well, you see, I had to blanket myself and go get my cup, go get my Jesus juice and get ready.
Awesome. Nah, man, but thank y'all so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for spending your time on a Friday night to enlighten us. We really appreciate that, for real.
Hey, man, I really appreciate getting you on there. And like I said, I've been watching, I've been following. I remember when you first started. And it doesn't make me, I'm super proud to know that somebody from my hood is out here doing these kind of big things. Shout out to the Village Massive, of course. Shout out to the family, man. Hope everybody's doing well. And definitely we would love to get you back on another time as we keep doing our thing, keep trying to bring this type of information to the hood, to the community, try to empower people, to get everybody, like you say, man, we could all be doing this type of stuff, man.
Right.
And we need this type of information because nobody's going to just give it to you. Jobs want you to work. You know, they're not gonna tell you. Somebody's got to work at McDonald's. Somebody's gonna have to take out the trash. You know, they ain't gonna just try to tell everybody go get rich.
Right.
That'll become problematic for them. But you know, it's enough there for us to do it though. So
sure.
it was an amazing show. I see we getting standing ovations.
Yeah.
We getting all kinds of stuff going on here tonight.
Big shouts, my man Achille, for real.
Shout out, man. All right, once again, this is the Here Goes Nothin Podcast, and tonight we were talking about digital currency investing with Sophia Lightbourne, aka Sophia the Lioness. You can find her on Instagram at I am the Lioness. At her, she said, get in the DMs, and she can teach you how to get this money, man. How to get to the bag. I see your what's your quote? Run the play. How that go?
Run the play, man. Run the play. I'll see it.
Put that on the shirt.
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at the top because the bottom is just too crowded.
Oh, hey, that's what's up, man. Once again, all right, Sophie. Thank you. This is the Here Goes Nothin Podcast, y'all.
That was dope.
It's been a Friday night pleasure, and this has been another great show, even despite the technical difficulties, Rondo. We still were able to come on and bounce back from this, right?
Like Satan just doesn't want us to win. That's what it is.
Don't worry.
Satan's out here.
They ain't gonna stop us, man. They is not gonna stop this. So right now we're gonna play some tunes, of course.
Yeah.
Especially dedicated to my homegirl Sophie.
Some 80s, 90s reggae dance hall. You know what I'm saying?
And we're gonna get
going back to the party days when we was able to go out, college.
Oh, you talking way back? I thought you said pre-COVID. You talking about back when we used to get a little stamp?
Yeah.
Stick the stamp on each other's arm and shit.
Yep.
And rub it in real good. Go in there with your little $5, $10 for a drink in case you got to buy a girl a drink. You know, a little cool champagne on the side there. One kid that's fun stitchy, talking them kind of talks. But hey, it's the Here Goes Nothin Podcast. I want to shout out to the 242 crew. It's been a real one tonight as we get back in the mix. Here we go.